Welcome everybody again, and I hope everybody's well and safe and healthy. I am your host, Zipon Zama, the Solution Specialist of Geotab Africa, and I'd like to just give you guys a warm welcome to the Geotab Africa training webinar series. Now, we appreciate everybody that has registered and is attending today's training-focused webinar session. Our training webinar session series will focus on the Geotab's 6 pillars of innovation. And today in specific, we'll be talking about the expandability pillar. Now, today's session will be an overview of this expandability pillar, just talking more about the expandable hardware and its features. And the next scheduled webinar that we're going to have will be going more in depth about this expandable hardware. Some quick housekeeping notes for all the new people that have joined us today. Number one, please note that this webinar will be recorded and will be made available for viewing for us on our YouTube channel, or also it will be available on download upon request. Number two, please type in your questions in the Q&A section at the bottom of the webinar screen. These will be addressed in the Q&A portion towards the end of the webinar. And number three, kindly complete our training webinar survey following our session today. All right, so this will automatically appear on your browser once the session has ended. Now, without further delay, I would like to introduce Mr. Mohammed Ali Mayet, who is the export support of Geotab Africa, and he will gladly take us through today's presentation.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is well and safe. From the 6 pillars of innovation, I will be discussing expandability. IOX expandability. IOX as in input and output expanders. If you are looking for a way to get more from your telematics, IOX expanders are a great option. Through Geotab IOX add-ons, businesses can extend their fleet, tracking capabilities, and get more value from their telematics solution. IOX expansion technology makes it possible to connect additional hardware to the Geotab-GO via a small expansion port on the side of the device. The Geotab platform can be further extended to provide added flexibility and integration with third-party providers. There is a whole range of hardware add-ons ready for integration by this method. We will discuss the IOX add-ons in detail in the next slides. The IOX is expandable. Up to 5 IOX add-ons can be connected in series to one GO device, also called as a daisy chain. The next IOX expandability that I'm going to start off with is the IOX NFC or Near Field Communication. The IOX NFC reader can be used to identify the driver operating a specific vehicle using our specialized NFC keys. This is useful to monitor when you have multiple drivers driving different vehicles. Easily to add or rename driver, we have the option of the whitelist feature. And with the whitelist feature, with the Geotab tags, we also have the option of NFC stickers. With the NFC stickers, these can be stuck on your driver's license or employee cards, thus avoiding the driver walking around with a bunch of identification tags or cards. Just a sticker stuck on his existing driver's license or employee card. Cards accepted with the Geotab IOX NFC reader. With the Geotab IOX NFC reader, we have the option of the IOX reader that can read specific cards that have the protocol of ISO IEC 14443 type A. So if your business, you are using this type of cards, you can incorporate it with Geotab. Take note, you can either use these type of cards or the Geotab NFC. Thus, in your existing business, if your employees are using access cards with the above protocols mentioned, then these cards can be programmed in Geotab to be accepted in the Geotab driver as a driver identification. And when the driver goes to his vehicle, he can swipe that employee card, and on my Geotab, it will recognize these type of cards. 2 options of driver identification. With the IOX NFC, you have 2 options to enforce driver identification. The first option is soft immobilize, where the driver has the option that he will swipe the key when he starts his trip, thus allowing the buzzer to turn off. Take note, with the soft immobilize, the vehicle can start without the buzzer will keep on buzzing. Option 2, hard immobilization. When a driver gets into the vehicle to start the trip, if the driver does not swipe the NFC tag, the vehicle will not start. Thus, the driver has to swipe his tag. That driver name will appear on my Geotab and he continues his trip.
So, Mr. Mohammed, I have a two-part question there for you. So, with regards to the soft immobilizer part, let's just say I had some clients that I had allocated tags to, and let's say the driver had forgotten his tag at home. Is there any way that the system will be able to flag unknown drivers?
Yes. With the Geotab, whenever a driver swipes his key, the driver is logged onto the system. And any unknown drivers, if for some reason the driver is not swiped on the trips, you will see that unknown drivers has driven the vehicle, thus identifying trips with driver swiping and without drivers.
100%. And the second part of my question is with regards to the hard immobilizer part. Now, let's say same scenario, I allocate tags to drivers, and upon the duty of the driver, he misplaces his tag and loses it. Is there any way that the system will allow me to be able to override the system in order to utilize the vehicle?
Yes. So yes to your question. With Geotab, the control room can send over the air parameters to the device that he should continue without allowing any driver to swipe. Thus, once the parameter is updated on the vehicle, the driver can now continue the vehicle without swiping a key.
Thank you very much for that.
The next IOX expandability I'm going to discuss is the IOX Auxiliary, or called the IOX AUX. The IOX AUX gives you the opportunity to monitor a variety of vehicle inputs. It can monitor up to 8 inputs at any time with 2 IOX auxiliaries connected. It is self-learning with input triggers and operates between 0 to 32 volts, thus allowing you to monitor panic buttons, on-off switches, lights, cargo doors, monitor dump and tipper trucks, loading and offloading. With the Geotab IOX Auxiliary, we can also monitor PTO. PTO as in power takeoffs. PTOs are mechanical gearbox that attach to apertures provided on truck transmissions and are used to transfer power of the vehicle engine to auxiliary components, most commonly a hydraulic pump. With this feature to monitor PTO in my Geotab, you have the option to view locations of the offload and also monitor the duration of the offloads. IOX Analogue, another IOX expandable. The IOX Analogue measures voltages 0 to 30 volts. Thus, from sensors, we can read the voltages as they change, and where my Geotab will convert those voltages to heights, depending if it's a fuel sensor, it will take those voltages and measure and give you the output of fuel levels. We also have incorporated sensors with the IOX Analogue where we monitor cement drum trucks, whether they're either mixing or offloading. Iridium Satellite, or IOX SAT, allows the GO device to communicate over Iridium Satellite network. In the event that the vehicle travels outside cellular coverage, Iridium device will send ignition off status and send time-based GPS logs every 30 minutes with the ignition status on. Thus, you will continue to have logging in remote areas where there is no GPRS network. Satellite communication process. If a vehicle is traveling and there is GPRS data, then the device will send data to the GPRS network. But in cases where the vehicle will move where there's no GPRS network, if it is not available, the Iridium satellite will then send positional data to the Iridium satellites on a 30 minutes intervals. Thus, with no network, you will still continue receiving positional data every 30 minutes. This option is ideal for clients that have vehicles traveling in areas where there's no GPRS network and they are carrying expensive equipment. IOX output. The IOX output controls relays in vehicle in real time. The IOX output can be set to trigger the relay when a predefined condition is met within my Geotab. With the IOX output, you can trigger an external light, a buzzer, or any type of relay or control switches. In the My Geotab software, there's an easy user interface where you can select direct instructions to a vehicle to either turn on or off the relay. Another IOX expandable is the IOX-GO talk. The Go talk provides near real-time verbal feedback to drivers about their safety and performance on the road. Thus, it is good for business, improving driver habits. It has in-vehicle spoken alerts, thus assisting in driver coaching. Speed warning limits, harsh driving. The Go talk caters for multi-languages. I will be playing a short video on the Go talk.
Welcome to Go Talk, Geotab's unique approach to managing driver behavior without distraction. Advancing our commitment to safety one step further, Geotab's Go Talk provides customized safety and performance feedback to drivers. With Go Talk, you can improve driver behavior with real-time verbal feedback, providing tailored coaching rather than simple audible alerts without distracting the driver. Installation is quick and easy. Simply connect Go Talk to your existing Go device, select a location for optimal sound, and mount the Go Talk bracket on the dash. Predefined messages are instantaneous and tied to the driver feedback settings.
Harsh driving events.
These replace the traditional beeping with verbal feedback, such as speeding violation.
You are currently driving 80 miles per hour. Please slow down now.
Seatbelt unbuckled, harsh driving event, and a variety of other messages. Custom rules allow for personalized messages being spoken to the driver in near real time. With high-resolution driving analysis, we can coach the driver with no distraction. Fully compatible with your existing Go device, you can manage and monitor your Go Talk as well as your fleet through the My Geotab software. Keep your driver's eyes looking forward and their hands on the wheel. Visit www.geotab.com to discover more.
Thank you. My next IOX expandable I will be discussing is the IOX RS232. With the IOX RS232, we've incorporated third-party hardware, low-tech technology. With the low-tech technology, we can monitor loading and offloading, including the ability to monitor over and underloading. Thus, productivity and profitability could be increased in the fleets. Another IOX expandable is the IOX Buzz or IOX Buzzer. It's a high-volume external buzzer that amplifies the in-vehicle feedback alerts. In areas of elevated noise levels, for example, construction sites, mining areas, the beep is amplified in large trucks so that it can be heard more clear over all the engine and surrounding noises. The IOX Garmin. It has the capability to range from basic messaging to job dispatching, to advanced control and interaction with sensor alerts. On the Garmin, you have two-way messaging between the driver and the control room. You can create and delete waypoints and routes from the control room sent to the device. Speed alerts for driver and control room for above and below the speed. Estimated time of arrival. And custom avoidance. Thus, you can set up routes that the driver should take, avoiding specific areas or roads. With the My Geotab software, with a right click on the map, you can dispatch vehicles to that specific address. The next IOX expandable I will be discussing is the IOX Bluetooth. The IOX Bluetooth allows monitoring of Bluetooth proximity beacons with public MAC addresses, pairing with specific Bluetooth beacons. In My Geotab, with these beacons, you can monitor temperature or proximity data. thus allowing you to monitor the temperature in cold storage trucks or monitoring equipment tools for proximity. IOX Scan. Geotab is always looking for a way to provide more customization to our products and providing the customer with more and more data about their fleet. The IOX Scan is a perfect example of our commitment to extending the functionality of the Go device even more. With IOX Scan, the customers can incorporate a wide variety of third-party products to report data to my Geotab. IOX Scan is used for all third-party products that output CAN data, example Mobileye, other types of tire pressure monitoring systems. The IOX Scan can also be used for partners or customers integrating third-party products where they wish to transmit the data from a device through the Geotab Go device and up to my Geotab. This is accomplished by utilizing Geotab's third-party protocol over private CAN bus connection via the IOX Scan. A third-party product that we're using with the IOX Scan is the Mobileye collision avoidance system. This product assists with lane departure warning, forward collision warning, pedestrian collision warning, speed sign indications, and intelligence high beam control. And lastly, my IOX USB. The IOX USB includes an auxiliary USB power, adapter for charging and powering USB devices. Constant power to the mobile device allows the driver to use battery-intensive applications while in the vehicle. The driver can use applications such as Geotab Drive without concern of the battery life and power with the IOX USB cable. Also with the IOX USB, the display of the tablet phone powers on and off with the ignition. With Geotab's in-house development, applications that are made on these tablets, you don't have to be worried about the power dying because the IOX USB will continuously supply power to these smart tablets. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much for that, Mohammed. Just going through the list of all these IOX add-ons for our participants over here, it's very evident that there are many ways that a client can tap into the Geotab system. Now, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I will rehash those housekeeping notes. Please note that this will be recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel. And on top of that, if you do want it on download, it will be available on request. The Q&A sections, I don't know if you people saw the chat part where I had just asked you guys to please give in a bit of Q&As for us to answer. If you do have any questions that maybe you feel uncomfortable asking here, we are available for open meetings and Zoom platforms, and also come out to your offices as well. And lastly, please do rate our services in terms of a survey that will occur after once the session has ended. Now, once again, a big thank you to everybody that's afforded us their time following the webinar. We will just be going more in depth in the next webinar session over the actual expandable hardware. So please stay tuned for that. And we'll just be having a little quick look at any Q&As that have come in. Let me just have a look here. I see that there are none. So Mr. Mohammed, I do have some frequently asked questions in terms of clients that do come to me. So if you don't mind me asking you about 3 or so questions, please do feel free to answer if you can. All right, so the first question that we have in terms of clients, me going out to seeing clients do say to me, look, I'm running a Go 7 device from Geotab Africa. And I just wanted to know that if I wanted to add any of these IOX add-ons that you've just previously mentioned, would I need to now deinstall that Go 7 unit and buy new hardware just to install that IOX add-on?
Yes, that's a very good question. With the Geotab IOX add-ons, you don't need to change it to a new hardware. With the existing Go 7 hardware, all you have to do is just order the new IOX add-ons and it will be plugged onto the existing hardware, thus avoiding you extra charges of buying new hardware. They are add-ons and you can add up to 5 IOX add-ons per Geotab device.
That's fantastic news. Now, for my second part of the questions that clients usually ask me. Now, on the previous IOXs that you've just mentioned, will we still get normal Geotab reporting if I've, let's say, connected 5 of these add-ons? Will I still get the normal Geotab reporting?
Yes, with the IOX add-ons, you will get those exact reporting, and you will have more features where you can create exception rules based on panic buttons, door opening, so you can get early notifications. If it's third-party hardware that we have not incorporated, we have an in-house development team that can do coding and then incorporate that data, and through my Geotab, that data can be available.
100%. Thank you for that answer. And for the last question that we have of our FAQs, now for installations, does a client have to do this manually themselves, or do you issue out any technicians to go on site?
We have qualified technicians that will install the hardware, this assisting with the warranty process and proper installations. Thus, we advise that our technicians to be contacted for the installation.
100%. And I think I see a question here from Mr. Polo Cheetahs. He's saying, can you send the recorded video to everyone? And we will do that, definitely. Upon request, we will definitely do that for you, Mr. Cheetahs. All right, and I think that wraps up everything that we wanted to say today. If there are any more questions, guys, please do feel free to contact us. Our contact details are right on this last final slide on the thank you here. And once again, a big thank you to Mr. Muhammad Ali Mayet for giving us an understanding of the expandable hardware that we have at Geotab. I'd just like to advise everybody to please stay safe, take care of your health, wear your masks, sanitize your hands, and until next time, we will meet again. Cheers.
Thank you.